District 6, Position 1 is currently held by Republican Representative Mike Volz. His Democratic challenger, Zack Zappone. He's a young candidate, born and raised in the Spokane area, who's seeking public office for the first time.
I have a track record of working really hard and using best practices to fight for needs in the schools and in the community, and thought I could do a better job fighting for those needs here in the 6th District.
Zack Zappone's life has been focused on education. He received it at North Central before going to Georgetown and Princeton. Then he provided it in the Tri-Cities as a history teacher and now as a substitute in Spokane. He says it was problems with the education system that prompted him to run for office.
As a teacher, I got really frustrated by all the different areas that intersect, that support our schools and support our community and support families. And so that's housing, it's transportation, it's jobs, it's healthcare, and schools are kind of the epicenter of all of that.
He chose the legislature because he believes the problems run deeper than just inside the classroom.
The state is the area that touches on all of these issues. And my mind thinks about, instead of one silo, I believe in a care for the whole person. There's only a handful of former educators or current educators who serve in the legislature, and over 50% of the state budget is spent on public schools. And so I think we need to have more representation of people who actually worked in our schools, who know our schools, and it can support our schools.
Of course, if he gets elected, much of his attention will have to be devoted to the pandemic.
I think the legislature needs to continue supporting our public health officials. We need to continue making tests easy and accessible, contact tracing, and taking steps to get the coronavirus under control. That way we can reopen our economy, what everyone wants to do.
And the next legislature will have a huge budget deficit to overcome. Zappone says he's well prepared to handle it.
Looking at where there's waste, where programs aren't working, I study program policy evaluation. I drive a 2000 Saturn that doesn't have air conditioning. I don't believe that we should be having really extravagant services and extra bells and whistles. We need to make sure that government operates lean. That's what I do in my personal life. That's what government needs to do. But it is also about making sure that we're meeting the needs of our community.
Even though the 6th District has not voted blue in roughly a decade, it's not so red that Zappone views this as a long shot. He trailed incumbent Volz by about 10 points in the primary, which Zappone considers exceeding expectations. He'll need to exceed them again on November 3rd if he wants to take a seat in Olympia. We'll profile Volz tomorrow night. For now in Spokane, Casey Decker, KREM 2 News.